Hi there. I'm here with a special guest today from the Rotary, Phillip Souza. And we're going to talk about the Appleman Triathlon. And then we'll talk about the Community Corps, which I think you'll be interested in. So, welcome.
Thank you, Barbara. It's good to be back.
Well, good. And you're back and you're busy already.
We are busy. It's 2 months until the event, and there's much to do, and many hands are needed. So
yeah, I bet. So what's the date of it again?
This year's event will be July 17th down at Long Lake, as usual.
Okay.
And all the details can be found on applemantriathlon.com, but it's 8 o'clock is the start of the race, but most people show up around 6:30, get registered.
Well, yeah, because then they also maybe can walk around a little bit, get some exercise before they start, because that is really a tough, run, and all the other things that go with it. But anyway, so you have the registration. What happens next?
Well, the event is not just one event, number one. So participants can choose to enter into the triathlon, which is 3 legs. So you have a swim, a bike, and a run. People can also choose to do what's called a duathlon, which is a bike and a run, but eliminates the swim for those of us who have trouble. There's also a relay event, so you can have a team of people where one member of the team can swim, one member can bike, and the next member can run. And there, a 4th event is called, now we call it the aqua bike. So people who don't like to run can simply swim and then bike. So they can choose amongst the four events. So once registering starts on Saturdays, so people will come on Saturday, they'll get their bib.
Will they go to Long Lake?
They'll go to Long Lake and they'll get registered. They'll get their t-shirts, they'll get their bib, they'll get a little swag bag, and all the volunteers will show up and get everything set up on Saturday so that bright and early Sunday we're ready to go.
Oh, sounds great. But it does sound like you'll need volunteers.
So one of the things that we focus on every year is getting new people to volunteer. Last year we had greater than 100, which seems like a lot, but there's many things to do. We need people on the race course. We need people to set up all of the bike racks and the buoys in the water, hand out t-shirts. So there's a lot to do. So anybody out in the audience who wants to have a good time and have a little something to eat and meet great people, I encourage you to go to the website and sign up to volunteer, and just click on volunteer and we'll be glad to have you.
Well, I hope you get many more people to volunteer. And you know that Littleton is a volunteer town. Really, They have a lot of volunteers, so that's a good sign.
It is.
So give us a little history about the triathlon.
Well, Rotary's main goal is to support community organizations and even international organizations, not only with service, but financially.
Yeah.
So to do that, we need to have mechanisms to raise money. We have several, but the Appleman is the largest fundraiser of the year for the Littleton Club. We started in 2004 with the first race, and since then, which is now approaching 20 years, the club has raised well over $300,000, which goes to support food banks, and it goes to support other organizations that need help financially. So that the only year, I think 2020, we did not have the event because of COVID, and that was really a significant effect on the club's ability to support these organizations, because we had to tail back on a little bit of our giving.
Right.
So hoping this year that we'll recover and get some more money in so that we can continue to support
That'd
the
be
community.
great.
We will.
Well, let's hope that you do. Yeah, I'm listening to fundraising, and I'm thinking about raising money for the seniors. We could have a senior-a-thon
You can,
or something.
I'm sure we could do walkers and wheelchairs.
Wheelchairs,
and whatever,
the whole thing. That would be, I think it would be neat.
Yeah.
But
So
and anything fun,
right.
that's the thing
So
to
one
do.
thing I would want to say to the audience is we have a number of sponsors who don't participate in the race necessarily, but give willingly to support the event. So when you see the T-shirts, usually you'll see the names of the sponsors. So please, in the audience, please go out and visit those sponsors and support them as well.
Yeah, that's good, because I'm sure some of them have favorites.
Yes.
So they would do that. Yeah. Well, you got your fundraising in there and your history. And so is there anything else that you want to mention about it?
Well, we still, right now, and we're doing pretty well, we have about 100 entries, and it's May. So we usually see more entries in June, late June and July. But again, I encourage people in the audience, family, friends, go on the website, sign up for the whole triathlon, or just do the aqua bike or the duathlon, the relay, or just come down and watch. I think it's a fun event, and it's really meant not only to raise money, but to provide a place for the community to come together.
Right, that's good.
And have a day of enjoyment. And so we do have, food available and cheering sections, announcing, and so it ends up being a place for the community to come together.
Good. I hope that many do come, and I hope many join.
I do.
So good luck to that.
Okay.
But we have one other thing I wanted you to talk about, and that's your community core.
Right. So those of you who might have watched last time I was here, the community core are non-Rotarians who volunteer their time to provide service to the community. One of the advantages of the community core that is different than Rotary is there are no meetings to attend, there are no dues to pay, there are really no obligations other than if you have a skill or if you have free time and you'd like to give back to the community, this is a good way to do it. And we've started this a couple of years ago, and since then we've had several projects that we've sponsored through the community core. One is in the wintertime, we have snow shovel teams that we say adopt a family or adopt a senior for the winter season, and these teams go down in snowstorms after the fact and will shovel and de-ice and basically take care of their adopted person, senior, or family. What's nice about it is it's also included many students from Littleton High School who use that as a way to get community service hours.
Right, that's a good one.
Yeah, in which they need to graduate. So that's one way we provide that. We've also had the Boy Scouts helped us assemble emergency kits for seniors. We assembled 100 kits in one night.
Wow.
And the Council on Aging and Elder Affairs has now handed those out to seniors in the community. And that includes some food, some mechanisms to let people know that they're there, just something to tide them over for a few hours or even a day in case of a power outage.
Right.
And then we provide transportation to seniors who need rides to medical appointments, and that's worked out pretty well. And then we've also actually provided in some cases some light maintenance to people who need repairs around their house, who quite frankly can't afford financially to go hire a handyman or a contractor. So we've had several of those.
Yeah.
So that's worked out very well. I would say one thing we really need is more members for the community core. So if anybody out there has an hour or two, even a month, please go to the website. There's a community core website, or go to the Rotary email account, which is littleton.mass.rotary.com. Send an email and I'll certainly respond. Right now we have 20 to 30. We'd really like 100.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Sounds like it. And, you know, if you're retired or if you're just home and you want to do something, this sounds like the place to go.
Right.
So hopefully, let's hope that we get a lot of people to volunteer because there's a lot of talent here.
there is.
And so
There
maybe
is.
that'll work out.
Yeah. No, so I really appreciate the chance to come on, and also, like I say, the community core really is no obligation other than if you have a desire to help the community. This
Right.
is a way to do it.
Yeah, well, I think it's a good deal.
It is.
And I'm glad you came on
Thank you.
and gave us all the information. And so think about the Apple telethon, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Guess where I am? Triathlon, and also the community core. They're very important things. First one is fun, and I think I'd probably make it from the table to when you begin, and that'd be it for me. But anyway, think about these two things, and especially the community core.